Common Crew started as, I think, a shirt idea. Me and Julian wanted to make shirts. So we thought of the name Common. I think I saw it on a commercial when I was watching TV.
Kept going through names, and he calls me or texts me one day and was like, dude, what about Common? I'm just like, I think that could work. Like, that sounds really good. So we kind of just stuck to that, and then
we like ironed it on to a shirt or two, and then that was the end of it. But then, yeah, it just came back, and then it started just up as a riding crew pretty much from there. Julian, out of nowhere, he was like, oh, I'm starting Common Crew back up with Francis. Are you in? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Jacob Cable sets records every time he rides.
Definitely when we're out like jibbing, warming up or something, he'll definitely be doing like circles on his front or back wheel. Just so casual, I don't even understand it.
I kind of hate riding with Jacob because everything is perfect and everything's first try, and it's not fair.
Technical, balanced, mostly flat, I'd say.
Jacob is well able to retire BMX when he's old and become a flatland rider, and I wouldn't be surprised.
He shoots for Guinness Book of World Records every single time he rides.
Jacob just kills it, I don't know. Flat ground, he told me yesterday actually, flat ground is his favorite thing to ride.
Longest nose manual, longest switch-footed nose manual. He just loves being on one wheel.
He's just naturally balanced. I don't know what's wrong with him. I think he should film more, but he's still crazy. Shout out to Jacob.
Schmalik's pretty new addition to the crew. I would say maybe 2.5 years.
I think it was part of the crew before he even had a section. We were just like, him and Chris would come down and just ride and film with us, and then one day we just like, hey, do you want a section? And he was down, and that was that, basically.
He's insane. I don't even know how he does it. And his neck work, he uses his neck to do everything. So crazy.
Alec is just a loose cannon. He's a compulsive liar. He'll joke around with us, and yeah, you never know when he's being serious or not.
I'm tall. I've been eating a lot of veggies. You know, I heard that helps you grow. I don't think it's genetics. It's definitely the vegetables.
Brings the vape to the spot. He brings the vape to the spot. That's what he brings to the spots.
Alec will just get wrecked and wrecked and wrecked and wrecked over and over and over and over again. Never complains, never gets mad. Nothing. Like, seeing him get the worst shinner I've ever seen, like doing a tail whip, and nothing. Fine. Doesn't care.
His clips are insane. He's one of the most talented bike riders I've ever seen.
He can take the two sickest tricks, put them together, and it's the most fucked up thing you've ever seen.
I think he wakes up in the morning, he asks his dog, what 2 tricks you want to see together today? And then he puts them together somehow. Like, might as well be picking tricks out of a hat, because he just takes 2 completely opposite things and just fucks them together. I don't know how he does it. No one else can do it. It's unbelievable to watch.
Denham Cox is the engine behind every session.
Denham is definitely our hype man and our most savage character.
He makes a lot of things happen just through his words and energy that I don't see would happen without him, really.
If I'm thinking anything that scares me, I'm thinking of Denham, so that I would actually send myself in that way.
You got it. It's just like a double peg, man.
He's a funny human. He's a savage bike rider. He's just like the person that you want to be in the van with every day.
I would say Denham is like really motivating for all the dudes, it seems like. The shit he does is, I can't even comprehend. It's just too insane.
He'll try anything crazy. He doesn't think about it. Sometimes he should think about it before he tries it.
Oh, Denham's just crazy. He can just do whatever he wants. Like, he just goes. He's really scary to watch ride.
He loses a lot of teeth and he crashes a lot. But it's cool because when he lands stuff, it's cool.
I wouldn't say bad luck. I'd maybe say he doesn't think all the way around, all the way through of what could happen. I feel like he just blocks it out, so he actually just does it. Sends everything, isn't scared, fully confident. He's got fat man pop, so he don't do much tech stuff.
Denham's riding is 3 notches above what you think is logical at any spot.
Ethan is bald. He's weird. He vapes, and he's a cool guy. That's about it. That's Ethan.
Hates cops, loves Kush, loves riding his bike more than anything. And his riding is just out of this world. Everything he does is next level. He's always trying to step the game up.
Ethan highly enjoys trying to start trends. Starting trends, whether it succeeds or not, kind of depends on the thing. I don't know. The bald head, the like running one white back tire, like putting his spacers on top. I see that with him a lot, and riding wise, he's just probably the most motivated out of everyone, I would say.
He just doesn't really care about anything. It's kind of just funny all the time, just messes around with people. So I guess I would say he brings laughter to the crew from just not caring about any situation ever.
7th or 8th grade PE class, we used to like parkour. I think it was like 8 years ago, I think.
I really like watching his riding. It's really jibby and fun, and he also does a lot of big stuff.
He's trying to be on some Devin shit. Go to a spot, film a clip at every spot, like takes a trick, gets overly good at it, like better than you even need to be, and then he just starts linking it together with like every single grind combo he knows.
Julian's riding style is amazing. It's real specific to what he likes to do and what he's into. He's not really one to fall into like trends or like the newest Barson variation of the newest like hard bar variation. He's just kind of always like on his own shit.
Everything is unique with him. Like the clips he gets is unlike anybody else's in the crews.
You could take him to like the best spot in the world, but he's not one to push a spot just because it's a good spot. He's one to just look for that specific setup.
Julian's my BFF. We're teammates. He's really fun to watch ride. Does a lot of cool rail tricks.
Best grinder in the game, in my opinion. You'll never see him do anything sloppy. Everything's beautiful, everything's perfect, and a lot of times we'll be filming and he'll do something 5 times. I thought it was great all 5 times, but he just keeps doing it until it's absolutely perfect how he wants it.
He is a goddamn magician. Everything he does is so flawless, and if there's anything about it that he doesn't like, he just does it again. He'll do it until it's perfect. He's a 100% perfectionist.
I met Julian when I was in 6th grade of middle school, I think. He rode fixies at the time, and I had to convert him.
He's always the guy that just is down to do anything, down for literally anything. It's kind of mysterious, sometimes kind of dark. He's got his moods here and there, but...
Grumpy. That's a good one. Smooth, stubborn, as in he won't take a trick unless he lands it perfectly stubborn.
He's definitely a unique type of person. Just his lifestyle, his personality, and his riding is just different from everyone else's, and it's really sick.
I kind of copy his style a little bit. I try to with the little rollout stees. Doesn't work. He's too good at it. He does everything really perfectly. I don't.
Julian in 5 words would be quiet, black and white, ambidextrous. Yeah, Devin obviously is from Georgia. He's not from around us at all, but he came into the mix a couple years ago. Might have been like 3 years ago or so, 2.5, 3. He moved into this apartment complex across the street from my house, and we'd occasionally see him like riding like similar schools that were in close vicinities of us. Everyone got along with him instantly. He's a super good dude. Yeah, he definitely is a great addition to the crew, and he motivates everyone. And he told me himself, like, we motivate him. It's kind of crazy that he went from like Georgia to somehow, luckily enough, living across the street from me in California, and like now we're all like best friends. So it's pretty cool that worked out.
Francis, I don't know where to start because he's weird. He's kind of just like this weird kid that started riding with us when we were super young. We used to film with flip cams with fisheyes shoelaced to them because that's all we had. But now he's really good, I think, and he has a cool camera, so shout out to Francis. Sauce is, I think, like one of the first people I met that rode bikes. I met him when I was like 13 or 14, just riding a local ledge right by my house.
Francis and Sauce, they're different because one is really in love with HD stuff, which is Francis obviously, and then the other one, Sauce, VX. They got different filming styles, but they both film for Common, and they also do their own different projects, VX and HD.
Common was like Sauce and Francis were filming for Monster Mash in the beginning, but then it kind of just ended up being Francis taking over because like it was his cameras, it was being edited on his computer. And Sauce always had like a couple VXs from like way back in the day from when I remember.
Sauce is really the one who got me into the comic crew. I remember like always riding with him, always riding with all the other dudes, and finally one day it was just like, hey Denham, you want to be in the DVD? Hell yeah. So all I've been filming for the entire time I've lived in California is pretty much Monster Mash.
Monster Mash started as a 1-month project, and from the start it was just kind of like, oh, let's get our mom to drop us off in like this random part of the city and just kind of film some jibs.
So we decided we were gonna make some kind of mixtape. It was probably gonna take us a month or two to make it or whatever, and then from there it just transitioned into, nah, let's keep going, it could be better.
And then now it's kind of like taken to a whole nother level where we're definitely really picky about what we film, how we film it, and we go to a spot and we want our full potential to be on that spot.
We had a completely different crew when Monster Mash was first a thing, and then most of the regular people like don't even ride bikes anymore, so the squad's changed, and then just going to different spots. 4 or 5 years later, still filming for it, probably re-edited it 100 times, went through 5 or 6 cameras.
Monster Mash I think is like 5 years in. I don't want to say 6, and I don't want to make it 6, so hopefully soon it's done.
Almost 5, coming up on 5 years, but I think the first couple years don't even count. Like, we had a flip camera, a fucking soda can this big, like shitty cameras. We've had 3 new cameras since then. We've all progressed as riders so much, and now when it comes out, it's exactly what we want it to be.